Hello all, it's time for a quick review of the first episode of Gundam AGE, the most recent Gundam series, which just came out like yesterday in Japan. So I wanted to get a quick video out here explaining my impressions of that. This is the latest Gundam TV series. It's definitely aimed at a slightly younger audience than the average Gundam series, which tend to be aimed at, we'll say mid-teens. This seems to be aimed at, well, we'll say lower teens, at least at this point. However, that does not mean this is a kindergarten Gundam. I know that there was a lot of concern that this would be a very childish Gundam. It's not. It begins with a very serious scene and very dramatic scene. And the overall tone is pretty dramatic. There are light moments and so forth. But it's certainly nowhere near as goofy as I thought it would be. It's a pretty, by the standards of first episodes of Gundam series, this pretty much fits down the line. Now, I'm going to try to avoid not just spoilers, but spoilers about basic stuff in the first episode, which is hard because first episodes are generally set up. So I'm going to be pretty high level in this review. The animation overall is perfectly appropriate. First episodes generally have a high animation budget, and this certainly has a high animation budget. It looks spot on all the way through, and the animation is a bit more naturalistic than I'm used to, especially in Sunrise series. They're clearly paying a little more attention to how characters move, and they're not going for that typical Sunrise kind of very anime style to character movement. I do love the character designs. I just think that just looks really cute. I think, particularly the girl. I think I have a shot right here. I like that. Now you can see some of the designs are also quite retro, almost Osamu Tezuka Astro Boy like. And to my surprise, it doesn't really, it's not really a problem for me. It works pretty well. I don't quite know why. So a lot of the characters have this more sort of standard anime style, like the girl, and some have this more Tezuka style. The direction overall and the cinematography is very typical for a modern Gundam series. It's effective, though rarely amazing or experimental. The action does move at a pretty rapid clip, and I mean, things do move rapidly, but it's not overwhelming at any time. So certainly, high marks there. I do appreciate the characters, particularly the girl, who's the main character's kind of girlfriend, or at least girlfriend. I like the fact that she's clearly been sticking around him a lot, but she's not a complete wallflower. She actually has things to do. She's just kind of overwhelmed in this first episode, so we don't really get to see her do much. But it's clear that she's not completely hanging back, which is, again, nice for a female Gundam girlfriend character. I also like that the main character is quite committed to being the pilot of the Gundam from the get-go. That's just almost his reason for being, which is pretty unusual for a Gundam main character pilot. So that's refreshing. It's also refreshing that the enemies are unknown. They're these weird mobile suits that attack things, and so we just don't know what that is, which is, again, refreshing for a Gundam series. Also, thumbs up on the music. For dramatic sequences, it's dramatic. It has this sort of orchestral feel to it, and overall, just it's big for the action sequences and lighthearted for the lighthearted sequences. You can also see the art is definitely very Gundam. This looks like a Gundam series, in a lot of the sequences. So those are my overall impressions. This is a first episode of a Gundam series. It does not feel out of place in Gundam. Again, it feels a little, aimed a little more towards younger fans. But I think that's good. I think we certainly could use a Gundam series that we can show to younger fans to get them hooked on Gundam fandom. So that's a good thing. And the fact that they're maintaining sort of the Gundam standard throughout the entire thing. So I'm definitely planning to watch this as it comes out. I'm hooked. Then again, I am a big Gundam fan, so who knows. So those are my views. Now, in terms of getting this, Bandai has released an English subbed version of this to their YouTube channel, but it's not currently available outside of Asia. And I don't know why, because Bandai announced that they would make it available outside of Asia, English subbed. So I'm assuming there's a technical issue and that there's something, problematic that's preventing that, and that will get worked out at some point. It's just the beginning of the release. Unfortunate. You can find it online. No, I'm not going to tell you where. You just have to search around for a while for Gundam Age Episode 1. So it is out there if you want to track it down. But hopefully the YouTube problem will be fixed and you can go and watch it there legally, which would, all other things being equal, that's nice. So those are my thoughts on Gundam Age. Hope that this has been useful. Take care.